I called the cops at around 12:30 and it started a few minutes before that.
So it was a whole 15-minute thing?
At least 15 minutes. Possibly, 20, 25. I turned left onto this road.
Okay.
And like a little ahead of here is where I just like it was the road was empty, so I just noticed lights in my rearview mirror and they were coming a little fast.
Okay.
So I moved to the side because I thought it's a fast car. I'll give the car way to go. And then the car was catching up, and there are these traffic lights here. By the time I reached the traffic lights, the car had also pulled up next to me. We pulled up at the lights together.
Okay. Till that time, did you find anything wrong in what was happening?
No. It was 5-10 seconds between when I saw their lights, and they pulled up here next to me at the lights to my right.
Okay.
So I didn't pay much heed to that. Then I turned right from these lights to go towards Panchkula, and while I was turning, they turned with me. At this point somewhere is where they first swerved towards my car, and I had to, of course, swerve to the left. And I exclaimed, which is when my friend is like, "What's wrong?" I thought it might be a mistake. Maybe they're drunk, couldn't, lost control of the car or whatever. But after they swerved and I swerved and stopped for a second, then I moved because I glanced at them for a second, and the guy, I didn't see the driver, of course. I saw the guy in the passenger seat, and he looked quite gleeful. And I started moving again, but they kept moving with me. They were parallel to my car the entire time. Parallel, in fact, a little bit ahead. Now I know that was so I can't try to escape. But at that point I didn't know. Even then, I gave them the benefit of the doubt. I'm like, okay, maybe, it's an empty road. They want to drive in the middle of the road. Or maybe they're just drunk. They don't even know that they're driving next to me. But then when I reached these lights, so I thought, I didn't know they were doing anything, but it felt a little bit fishy. So I figured I would just turn right and go to Madhyamarg, which is, the crowded, which is the main road. And there are always chances that I would find a cop car somewhere along that road. So I got to these lights, slowed down obviously to check for cars, and then again they pulled up next to me a little bit ahead, and I thought I would turn right, but I would move ahead and they would move ahead with me.
Okay.
Which was when I figured that they're trying to stop me from turning right.
Okay.
So instead of struggling more, I just went straight.
Okay.
I didn't want to wait for too long, so I just came straight. I sped up, came here, and of course they sped up, came here again. After they blocked me at the lights,
blocked in as in they came in front of you?
They were to my right, so I couldn't turn right without hitting their car.
Okay.
So then I came here and I slowed down because I realized that I should note down the number of the car. So they were fast. I slowed down. They went a little bit ahead and I saw the number. And I told my friend who was still on the phone, I told my friend the number. I would turn right here on this turn. But so I turned. I started turning. I was half into the turn when they realized that I was turning again, and they came and parked their car diagonally in front of mine to block the road. Right here.
Yeah.
And so I started reversing, and that, I saw the guy, while I started reversing, I saw the guy in the passenger seat open the door and get out and start walking towards my car. Then I called the cops, and thankfully, because he was out of the car and the guy had moved into the turn a little, I knew that it would take them at least a few seconds or a minute to come back and start following me again. So I just sped away, took a right from those lights. I was still talking to the cops. I called, they answered pretty efficiently.
Okay.
And I think the moment I said hello, the cop who answered heard, my voice was also shaking, of course. So I think he heard the sense of urgency in my voice. And I also heard his voice change. I heard how extremely attentive he got, and anyway, I gave him the details of the car, and I told him that this is that they're following me, and this is the route I'm on, and this is where I'm going. and so he asked me to stop somewhere if I can,
Okay.
and help would reach me in a couple of minutes. Then I just turned from here, gave them directions, and I told him I can't stop because that's what they want. So he's like, okay, cool, just keep going and help will find you. So far I hadn't seen them, like they hadn't pulled up next to me, and I wasn't even looking in the rear view mirror to check if they're coming, because my only focus was to drive as fast as I can and get out of here, hoping that maybe I could drive fast enough that I would lose them.
Okay.
Then maybe,
But did you lose them? Or
of course not.
they were still following you?
Yeah, I mean, by the time I turned left from the roundabout, I turned left from the roundabout, moved onto the road, and at some point there, they caught up with me again. So I reached here, the light was red, but I, watched for traffic and moved on. And
still they were on the adjacent side.
they were always here. Then when I moved to that road, they sort of pushed me into the extreme left lane. So I was stuck between the divider and their car. And again, it's not like they were next to me, they were always a little bit ahead. So I can't speed up and move on,
yeah.
because if I speed up and try to move, they block me. So I went, I would drive, and they would be next to me, then they would come closer, they would swerve, then I would have to stop. Then,
So it kept going on like that?
The entire way from there till Housing Board Chowk. That was, that was how it happened. He had his door open, like unlocked, so that if I stopped for even a second, they could have just
Try to,
tried to get out of the car and get into mine or whatever. I mean, yeah. So I just kept moving straight. My only focus was to keep moving and try not to hit anything.
Okay.
And then of course I reached these lights again, and there were no cops. It was red, but I didn't stop here as well, because now they had started getting more aggressive.
Okay.
As
In what sense? Like, what were they doing?
they were like trying harder.
Okay.
Initially it felt like maybe they thought it was just fun and games, but here I actually felt their sense of urgency also. And the guy in the passenger seat was constantly gesturing to me, asking me to stop. And just like just stop for a minute, just stop. Finally, I reached here, and then of course the traffic was increasing, the red light and everything.
Okay.
So I had to slow down to maneuver between the traffic also. And right at these lights, just around the corner, that was where they then used that opportunity to block my car again.
Okay.
So
and throughout, like, what this guy was telling you, that 5 minutes.
Yeah.
What that was the gesture. That was the only gesture that they were making.
Yeah, he was just like just stop for like just these two. This is what he did.
Yeah.
So this is I mean around this is where they again because I had to slow down, and there was a bike here and there were cars there. They blocked my way, and that was when. I came here, they blocked my way, and at the same time I could see the lights of the PCR coming from the opposite side.
Okay.
So I hoped, I didn't know for a fact of course, but I hoped that was the help that I had called for.
Yeah.
And that was when I saw the PCR, was when I also started honking.
Okay.
Like they blocked my car, I saw the lights and I started honking.
So at that moment you stopped here, right?
I had to.
We were moving.
No, I had to stop because they blocked my
car,
way.
yeah.
And I started honking, and the guy jumped out of the car again. And this time, like, he was really aggressive. So I reversed, of course, because I was blocked. I reversed, went towards the right. But my point was that to not let him reach my car, because I still didn't know they could have had a weapon. So I moved towards the right, and But by then he just reached like, the back of my car, which is when he banged on the window really hard, tried to pull the handle, but I had locked it, so he couldn't open it. And, I just kept moving away from him. And that was, and I was still honking. I was driving.
Okay.
So I kept honking, and every single, I think, vehicle parked here must have known that something was happening. And I kept honking. Then the cops came. They turned right, and
so when you saw the cops from the far, did you finally feel safe? Like, okay, I'm getting the help.
That was like, that was sort of the climax of this whole thing, right? Because they had blocked me, and it was, everything happened just at the right time. If the cops hadn't shown up at that exact moment, maybe, I don't know, maybe he could have broken a window or whatever. So he tried to, open the door, whatever. I'm moving ahead, and I'm still honking, and then the cops came, and of course they must have seen what was happening, and they ran towards this car. And their car had also, been blocked in by the traffic. So they ran towards the car, and I could, I sort of saw that, okay, now the cops will at least stop them, if not catch them. And I didn't wait to see what happened. I just went straight and went home.